Good morning. Great to see you all. And yeah, brilliant that you've come to the Joinery Hour. You've made time. You've made an effort to come. And today, what we're going to briefly look at, very high level, is most of us wish our business was further forward than it is and in a different place. And for some people, that's a small step. And for most of us, that's quite a big jump as to longer term. Where do we want our business to be? What do we want it to look like? And this morning is about, well, if you just wish that, it's never going to happen. You know, you probably wished it 3 years ago and you are where you are now. And it's your business and your life and you are not where you want it to be. So how do we change it? And there's some really simple, fundamental things that we need. We need to know what, we need to know when, we need to know why, and we need to know how. Fairly obvious, fairly simple, but what you'll find in business is actually things are obvious. Things are fairly simple, we just don't do them. So let's look at the what. So what do you want your business to look like? Just take a bit of a breath. If you're not driving, maybe you close your eyes and just think about your business, think about your life, think about the money that your business returns for you, the time that it gives you back, the ability to spend time with your family and go on holiday, the tidiness of your workshop, the quality of your machines, the quality of the people that are working for you, your stance in the industry and your stance in the area that you are. Is your business right where you want it to be? Or let's move forward 5 years in your head. What might that look like? Maybe it's a turnover of 3 million, 5 million, 10 million. You've got that number in your head. You know where you want that business to be. And what profits do you want it to be bringing in? £1 million a year? Let's take that. So if your business, it's making £1 million a year, but then what does your life look like? Are you run ragged, firefighting, charging around, no time? Or actually, have you built a team of people that are running that business for you? Have you got a system that's bringing in the inquiries and the leads? A well-oiled machine that everybody just knows what they're doing, knows what they need to do. And actually, when you go on holiday, you could go every 6 months and your business would run without you because you've managed to pull yourself away from the day-to-day. And then what would that look like to go and spend that sort of money? Is that some nice holidays? Is that some time with the family? Is that a car? Is that a new house? Is that doing up the existing house, the building project that you keep putting off at home? Is it just spending quality time with your friends? Is it not having the stress? Just picture what your life and what your business is like when you've actually got your business to where you want to be. How does that feel? It's different, isn't it? The stress is not there. The worry about how you're going to pay your staff or how you're going to push your business forward. It's not there because you've got a team and they're all pushing your business forward. They're making that money for you. So then let's fast forward to 5 years, to 10 years, however long. Because now what we need to decide is, well, when are we going to achieve this? Let's say 5 years. But for you, it will be a different number. Whatever feels within grasp and feels realistic. So move forward 5 years. Where are you? What's your business looking like? Are you celebrating Is it giving you everything you thought it would? The freedom to just go and explore the world and spend quality time with your family, to buy the things that you want, to do the things that you want? Or actually, is it exactly the same as it is today? And that time that you'd discovered and found, is that just pulling away? The money in your bank, is that just pouring out? Because actually you're where you are now and you haven't made it happen. And as you feel that pulling away, how does that feel? That you've not grown and you've not moved forward in the last 5 years. Your business hasn't changed. It hasn't given you all the things that you long for, and that you it was just a silly wish. It was just a pie in the sky. You shouldn't have been so adventurous. You shouldn't have. You knew that you're not the right person to have built a business like that. That's not you. You're not educated enough. You're not trained. You don't know how to do it. There's so many reasons why it just didn't happen, and it's the market. It's the way things are. There's so many reasons why you didn't achieve it, but you didn't, and you're not there. And how does that feel? Shit, isn't it? So hang on to those two feelings. The feeling of you'll never make it. It will never change. You're not cut out to build a fantastic business, against the other side of, wow, what does your life look like when you've actually achieved it, when you've got there, when you've done it? How does that feel to have built a business like that yourself? And that's the why. So we've got the what do you want it to look like? We've got the when, 5 years, 10 years, 3 years. But it's not just a woolly dream. It's not a pipe dream. We've got a drop dead date. It's going to happen by then. And why? Why? Because we don't want to feel like we were feeling, that we haven't succeeded, that we've never changed, that things are they're always going to be a struggle. They're always going to be a stress. We're always going to be charging around like an idiot. The why is what it's going to give us. The feelings, the way it's going to make us feel, the sense of achievement and the quality of life. How are we going to do it? Well, that's really simple. We're going to take where you are now, whatever your turnover is, whatever your business looks like, whatever your profits are, however big or small, and we're going to compare them to where you want them to be. And we're really simply just going to put a map together as to how to get from A to B. And we're going to break that up. We're going to break that up yearly. We're going to break that up monthly. And we're going to break that up weekly. And if you're not making the right profit percentage that you want, it's really simple. All you need to do is look at it as a percentage and go, okay, we're making 10% profit, net profit. We want to make 20. But what are we going to do to change that? Do we need to reduce our overheads? What's our overheads as a percentage of our turnover? What's our wage bill as a percentage of our turnover? What are our materials and our running costs as a percentage of our turnover? Benchmark that against your industry, and what should it be? Find a company who's smashing it, who's doing what you want to do, making the profits that you want to make, and have a look. What's their turnover compared to what's their overheads compared to their turnover? What percentage is that, and what is yours? The likelihood is you're spending too much. Okay, make the hard decisions, cut stuff out, increase the turnover and reduce the costs. It's really, really simple, and stick to those percentages. And then we have clear percentages that it's non-negotiable. That can never be above those percentages. And as we grow, we're not going to make less and less profit as a percentage. We're going to keep that because we're always religiously Our wage bill is always going to be this percentage of our turnover. And as we grow, that's where it's going to be. So once you've locked in the profitability, so you know you're keeping those percentages, you're keeping those numbers, and you are going to stick to that, we can now focus on the turnover and we can grow that. And yes, there's an awful lot of work that we're skipping over in terms of the structure in your business and the systems, but this is very, very high level. So we're going to look at the number of leads you get. We're going to look at how many of those you convert and what's the average sale. And all we're going to do, and we're going to work on those, and we're going to increase them by a percentage each week, each month, each year to get to where we want to be. And we're going to figure out, what do we need to do from a marketing point of view? What do we need to do from an infrastructure point of view to get to those numbers? It really, really is simple. But what you've got to do is be really clear about what you want, when you want it, why you want it, and then divide that down into simple little steps. So what am I doing today that's going to get me closer to my goal? This opportunity that has come up, does it get me closer to my goal? Yes, brilliant. It's part and parcel of what I'm doing. If it doesn't, it's a distraction. Don't do it. Have that really clear focus. And the final bit is share that with your team. If you share those numbers, and it doesn't have to be the huge number that you're going to get to at the end. It could just be, we need to increase the number of leads that are coming in, how many of those we're converting this week by 5%. They're small numbers. The numbers that you give your team are small, manageable, attainable numbers, and then you'll see they'll smash them and you celebrate. And then step by step by step. And actually, business is quite simple when you break it down to that, but it's the discipline of having a really, really clear idea of what you want and what it looks like. Really define it into numbers, define a timeline, because otherwise it will never happen. Give yourself a strict timeline that's realistic. Understand why you want it and what that will do to your life, the motivation that will give you, the leverage that will give you, and then simply map that out and get a team around you that are going to make that happen. That is the key. The team around you will make it happen. The more they do it, they'll just love it. They'll run with it. Trust them. Give them what they need. Trust them, and give them a really clear route to how they're going to do it. And 5-10 years time, we'll be celebrating. You'll have smashed it. You'll have your business, your life exactly where you wanted it to be, because it's not just a wish, a pie in the sky. It's methodical, and everything is just broken down into little steps every single day, and the discipline to do those consistently. Simple, really.